Family and parental influences are growing weaker, while the negative influences of society are growing more powerful every day. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
What are the statistics for American youth? Studies show that our children are watching television some 4.5 hours a day. Mom and Dad, you cannot compete with that. Every form of immorality and filth that you can imagine is projected on that screen. Now, there's some good things about television, but our kids are watching garbage, a lot of it. 4.5 hours of violence and immorality in every form you can imagine. In California, I don't know how it is here, it seems as though if there's somebody who has had some weird type of sexual activity or the goofiest thing, arrangement of marriage or anything else in the world, they bring those people on there and parade them on television. The effect is that our children are becoming insensitive to the immorality and the violence, and we're being cast off from our basic foundational morals. And when that happens, we're left free. And the children will watch this. It becomes normal to do these bad things. It becomes the thing to do. These people act like there's no problem with it. There's no conscience involved. And that's what our children are listening to. You cannot talk to your kids about morals for a couple minutes a day and compete with 4.5 hours of television. Do you believe that? And we need to do something about this. Let's look at what's happening in America today. There are 2.7 million teen drug addicts. Can you believe it? In America. These are American statistics. 2.7 million. 2.7 million. 50% of our children use drugs by their senior year. 50% have used drugs. Danny was introduced to drugs by friends at church. It was a terrible ordeal. Drug deaths are increasing. Drugs are now more powerful and addicting than they have ever been. Teen alcohol abuse is up. 3.3 million teens have serious drinking problems or are already alcoholic. 80% have been drunk by graduation. 60% of all seniors have consumed alcohol in the last 30 days. 40% of all 10th graders have had 5 or more drinks in the past 30 days. Teen crime is up. U.S. youth are now the most violent in the world. They lead the world in felonies, violent crimes, arrests, convictions, and incarcerations. Teen gangs are up. They're increasing in number, in size, in violence, and in some neighborhoods, the gangs literally run the streets. Teen sex is up. The number of sexually active 15-year-old girls has doubled since 1990. 10% of all girls 15 to 19 years of age get pregnant every year. There are 1.3 million abortions every year, the highest in the world in America. Are our kids happy? Is this leading them to happiness? Teen suicide is up. Doesn't sound like they're very happy. 600,000 teens attempt suicide each year. It's doubled since the mid-70s. Suicide is now the second leading cause of death among teens. 1/3 of all teens seriously consider suicide at some time. Isn't this pathetic? This is the situation we find ourselves in with 4.5 hours of TV. Teen runaways are up. Over 1 million teens now live on the street. Many are not running away from the home. They're running to drugs, sex, and crime. Your children face this. When they go to the school, these are the things your children face. It's very different than when you and I went to school. Why don't kids want to stay home? Do they feel accepted or criticized? Why are they on the streets? Now, some of them can just be rebellious, but some of them are leaving over this control issue, over this power thing. Let's look at this.